Welcome back to the chronologically last set on the round of 32 Master Arena 5 between Vivi and Classicpro. You can see here, thank you by the way, Lanchi, he helped with the draft and the settings to translate to Vivi, that we have main students and Turks against Celts, Italians and the random Persians, because I guess Classicpro didn't pay attention, Aztecs and Burmese band. Let's go into the first game right now. We can see SY Giggle, that's Vivi, playing as the Mayans here, and Classicpro on the way to Castle Age already as the Celts. Let's go for Vivi's map. Let's see, main gold for him on the side, second stone safe in the back. We have a second gold also safe in the back, and there is, let's see, ooh, quick walling coming up and really close to space. Where's the third gold for Vivi? Actually pretty far away. And the main stone forward, extra berries close to space. This might even be close. There's a tree, yes, I think you cannot go outside here. Another really close extra stone here on the right hand side. That's alright. Or is it a second stone? No, second stone is in the back. And we have for Classicpro, let's see, main stone for him sideways but forward, third gold outside, the main gold forward, second stone outside. Only the second gold safe in the back, but we have 1 and 2 extra golds inside, and this is awesome. Classicpro can see those. Cannot see the extra stone yet, but you've seen all the extra resources as well. This third gold is really far away, actually. It's almost closer to Classicpro. And Classicpro on the way to Castle Age. Let's see what it's actually going to do here. Sending through the chest to stone now. I'm assuming we're going to see a TC on the main stone, and probably another TC somewhere on the wood line, or maybe on that gold. Oh, the main gold coming up. I'm not sure about the placement. There's only one tile into the market, and I guess he wants to protect his main gold. That's probably the reason for that. And Vivi on the way to Castle Age. Doesn't have enough stone for a castle yet, but he may go for TCs first. Actually, few palisade walls come up because Classicpro is actually inside. Is the Eagle Warrior is still alive? No, but Vivi, or maybe it is. Vivi is going, yes, there it is. Got healed up a little bit in the town center. Now it's going to fall, but the scout only on 8 HP, and that Eagle Scout can still get healed up in the town center. 1 forward barracks and a siege workshop coming up from Vivi, both on the way from both players. And Classicpro going with the monastery and going with the 3 TCs for now. Let's go a little bit faster, see what's happening here, and see if anybody can claim all the relics, because other than that, I'm assuming we're going to see a lot of booming. Unless Vivi is deciding to go like 1 TC only and go forward with the castle. And actually a castle coming up here. There's 1 monk moving out. Could have started to convert a villager. Classicpro can only see it now. There it goes. 1 villager getting converted, attacking the castle. It's not going to help. And Vivi actually trying to go with Eagle Warriors into the siege tower. Can he drop them in? I guess it doesn't work on a gate. And Vivi, what are you going to do? Can you drop them? There's 1 Eagle Warrior getting in, but only 1. And Eagle Scouts actually, not Eagle Warriors. Now it's 3. Vivi has a bit of problems to drop his Eagle Warriors in apparently. There's a siege workshop coming up a few houses, so Classicpro is fully walling, still on stone. We're on 44 stone in the bank actually, and not going for any relics because he can't. Now those Eagle Warriors from inside are actually starting to take down the gate. Not sure what happened. Oh, that's probably the initial Eagle Warrior. And the castle is up, siege workshop is up, monastery is coming up forward. So Vivi going with Loom now, actually pretty late, going with a very aggressive style, 1 mangonel in that siege workshop, and the siege tower going around, but Classicpro can see this of course, so he's preparing the houses here, preparing to wall. And can Vivi drop them in? No, drop them out too early. Now we need to attack the walls. Vivi has traveled the siege towers. Look at this, they're not going in, the Eagle Scouts. Classicpro doing wheelbarrow. He is almost 20 villages ahead. Of course, Vivi probably still only on 1 TC. Is he going for a second TC anywhere? I don't see it. He's opening walls here to actually drop the second TC right now. Nice to see fletching coming in for him, going for bloomed arches. And he's starting to attack the stone, which is a good idea. On the right hand side, did he go in? Still trying. Look at this, the Eagle Warrior is still not dropping in. He just needs to attack the walls with the siege tower, but it's not happening. And 1 mangonel actually going down, 1 mangonel from Vivi here on the left hand side, probably starting to attack the TC next, and blue archers staying around as well. Now Vivi is not close to Imperial Age, which he could be, but he's invested a lot into Eagle Warriors as well. On the other hand, did he go in with units now? No, where's the Eagle Warriors gone? Maybe they died just now, but I think I saw a few units inside. Oh, maybe I was wrong. There's a castle now coming up to protect these 2 TCs. 1 TC of course on a heavy attack, but Classicpro had enough of the stone, of the main stone taken to get a castle up actually. And Vivi is really low on resources because he's spending a lot on mangonels. Now plumed arches probably still. He is still on stone, only with I guess 1 or 2 villagers. And Classicpro at the same time not so far away from Imperial Age actually, so it's not looking bad here, playing a defensive style. Actually going over the mangonel, and that's 1 for nothing. But there's Plumed Archers going on the siege tower, and this time can Vivi do it? Yes, Plumed Archers going in, going underneath the TC and starting to take down monks. That's 3 monks for 2 Plumed Archers. Quick walling coming up, but Vivi saying no, I'm going in. Classicpro managed to take down the mangonels here, but he's going to lose villagers now. He had 76, I think, and now there's a few of them dying very fast here. Plumed Archers, of course, with a good attack, and now the mangonel should come to help. Actually, second mangonel on the way. Those Plumed Archers, those converted plumes are going down, and we had 71 villagers, but Classicpro clicking up to Imperial Age, so he's going to be at him first, and he's got a good working economy, while Vivi's still not close to Imperial Age. Look at this Castle Age, and not even 100 food in the bank. This is not looking too good for him, so Classicpro for now surviving, and he's gonna get trebuchets out and get rid of the castle. This looks very good for Classicpro at this point. I think he's not an arena player, as far as I know, judging from profile. The last like 130 games was Arabia, but he's 2K1+ as far as I could see. And that means he should have chances against Vivi, who isn't an arena player either. Now these Plumed Archers are on attack from TC, but I guess only a few villagers. Let's go faster, see what's happening. I'm waiting for Imperial Age and switch to Classicpro. Does he have enough wood and gold for trebuchets? Yes, he's got a few mangonels still. Where's the one? 1 forward, 2 forward actually. Ooh, 2 for 1 here, didn't see it, but that looks like 1 mangonel went down, maybe even 3 for 1 before. And this 1 mangonel gonna make sure that we can actually not go in. Now Classicpro moving up villagers to take more stone, but the Plumed Archers will take care of those. That's 5, 3, 4, maybe 5 villagers, 4 dead villagers. And first trebuchet is out and is starting to attack the castle. Mangonel on the left hand side to protect the TC. Mangonel probably still on the right hand side or not. No, not right now. Another siege workshop coming up. And Vivi's still trying to go in. Handcard leather archer armor with 74 villagers. I guess he's still only on 2 TCs, or did he go for 3 TC? It's possible. Castle coming up in front of his base. And a 3 TC actually on that second goal in the back. Should have deleted these walls maybe. The castle definitely going down, and Vivi suddenly pretty far behind. He has 2 relics. Classicpro right now, no relics whatsoever. But Classicpro is going to be able to go now. Yeah, he can go Vote Raiders actually, and this should not happen in the Mayans against Celts War, where your Vote Raiders can go on the field and actually attack anything pretty much. Elite Vote Raider on the way, Capram coming in, and of course Siege Rams is going to be good against the Mayans. 2 mangonels still on the front, trying to defend here, and Classicpro even going with another TC on that extra gold here, close to the wood line. I like this TC placement. Plumed Archer going around to Plumes to start and attack a few more villagers. But is it going to be enough? Vivi right now clicked up to Imperial Age, but the problem is he's going to lose 1 more mangonel, and there is Elite Vote Raiders on the field, +4 defense is done. Trebuchets will move forward, and this castle that we put up probably going to go down soon, as Classicpro will actually... Can you see that? I guess he can, yes, he should be able to see it. Taking down the monastery first, Siege Workshop will go next, and a forward Siege Workshop coming up. This castle is pretty much doomed, and Classicpro looks like he's going to take the first game here. I don't see an easy way for Vivi to come back at this. It's not impossible, but his eco is definitely not as good as Classicpro's, and as you can see, military numbers pretty close. Classicpro probably the better military here, because the Plumed Archer is not even Bracer. He's doing Onager now, which is a very good upgrade against these plumes when you have votes in the mix. And Chemistry coming in as well as Bracer for Vivi makes sense. But there's those Cap Rams, 5 of them actually right now, +3 traps moving forward, taking down buildings. The monastery is down next, and there's another castle for Vivi, which is most likely going down too. The Vote Raiders really not that strong against the Plumed Archers, but you cannot really stop this, and Classicpro is going to start and push more and more resources now for Vivi, looking good, but Classicpro also good resources and a castle coming up forward. So first game actually going to Classicpro, Celts against Mayans. Now here's game 2, Turks Teutons against Italians, Persians, and I guess Vivi knew, yeah, Classicpro will go Italians, so why not counter those and go for Teutons actually, and that's exactly what happened. I guess at least that's what happened, because as you can see, Teutons here for Vivi, who's got the main gold, the main stone, and the second stone safe in the back. He's got the second gold outside and third gold. I guess that's his third gold actually forward, close to Classicpro, and the rush distance really short here. Classicpro with the map, main gold for him, safe in the back actually. I think he had a house there before, he had to delete that. No back base, but main gold is pretty safe for that. Second gold outside and second stone outside on the left hand side, so on the far side extra gold here, but it's trapped, and another extra gold here on the outside as well. The relics around 1, 2, 3, and 4, closer to Classicpro actually. Number 5 really close to his base, and that means this is his third gold main stone for him forward. He's gone for archers actually, and he has, where's the main stone? I'm missing that main stone, or where's the second stone was outside. I think I've TC and everything. He had deer inside. I think Vivi had deer inside too. Both players on the way to Castle Age. And Vivi sold 100 stone apparently. 2 mining camps, that means a lot of villagers on gold, that means probably monk rush here, and it makes sense. Italians is a very good monk civ, but I think they don't have heresy, and against Teutons you don't really want to go monks, because you know it's going to end. So right now the 2 villages moving out, but as we could see an archer range is up, so Classicpro actually got some archers ready, and if you can see the villagers, really interesting position for those villagers to build. I guess monastery and siege workshop coming up for Vivi, double monastery actually. And the scout now can see this, a little bit of a scout fight, of course. Classicpro scout going down, he's done fletching, crossbow on the way, but these monasteries will still be up. For now, I think Vivi needs to pay attention, because these monks, if they drop out, they're gonna face the crossbowmen. Villagers running away right now to the open field. Vivi did not scout everything on the map. A little bit disappointed. Those villagers actually going in. And now where's the first monks coming in? Yeah, they've been dropped into the monastery. That makes sense. Sanctuary was done already. And Vivi is gonna wait for a few more to maybe lose 2 monks, but hopefully convert 2-3 crossbowmen here. The last crossbowman trying to chase down a villager. And this villager is actually able to go in. Look at this. Very strong by Vivi. Looking good. Classicpro trying to cover up the monasteries. Now the first 2 monks dropping out. 1 monk going down. The second monk maybe going down as well. Vivi doing the right thing, going for a scorpion here actually, probably even better than Mangonel, because those crossbowmen are really not good against the scorpions, and Mangonel doesn't really hit so good, but these scorpions actually pretty strong. And right now 1 crossbow, 2 crossbows getting converted. Looks like Vivi is on 1 TC, that makes sense. And we have a siege tower up now for Classicpro. Is he going for more TCs? Not either. He's got a siege workshop up, he's getting a stable up right now, but no extra TCs for any players. That means 36 against 32 villagers here. And Vivi with the Mangonel now forward, and the monks, he's gonna start and push, I guess. Let's see what Classicpro is going to do against this. Can he actually stop this push? He's going with the Mangonel, second Mangonel actually for him, and that one probably got a shot from that Mangonel of Vivi, I don't know. Getting repaired, makes sense. Villagers again going forward, redemption on the way, very important upgrade. And now those villagers are going to build an outpost, possibly a tower, which wouldn't make so much sense. Or maybe start and go forward, but there's the ram, and those crossbowmen will be able to take down a monk maybe, but 2 conversions, very fast here. Good job here for Vivi, is doing a nice push. The Mangonel hitting the ram, but there's the monks moving forward, and this monk can actually convert. And is it going to be able to? No. Look at this. Classicpro reacting in time. But now the Mangonel got converted. He's suicided 1 or destroyed 1, but the other got converted actually. Builder on the way from Vivi as well. Those crossbowmen dropping into the siege tower, going around. Maybe to try and counter the monks. Would be lovely to see that. And the Mangonel from Classicpro taking down the converted Mangonel. To say monk Mangonel, taking on Mangonel here. So for now, a little bit of action in the middle. No real advantage for any player. Again, nice conversion, 1 monk for 1 Mangonel, and that one going down. That's alright for Vivi, I think, because the monks are cheaper than the Mangonels, and there's a lot of monks actually on the field already. 1 monk going around to maybe pick up the relics. I don't know. No, cannot see this, but he wants to see if there is any villagers, and I guess he will go for that relic soon. Now the gate is gone, and Vivi is moving in. In the meantime, Classicpro, I think he's going around with those crossbowmen. Look at this, he's gonna drop them in, and he's gonna find a main goal with a lot of villagers. They got loom at least. Fervor for Vivi coming in as well. He's gonna start and convert buildings, convert villagers. But in the meantime, Classicpro saying, hello main goal, let's take down a few villagers. 41 right now, but there's 1, 2 going down, 3, 4 possibly. Vivi still didn't see this. 5, 6. Of course on the front, Mangonels and monks trying to convert and attack everything. Now finally Vivi recognized, oh, my villagers are in trouble. Let's go back here, and he may even send the Mangonels back, or at least 1. Got a stable of his own now. So possibly knights to take down. Actually, there's a knight on the field to take down these Mangonels, and a scout and knight attacking the stone miners outside. Not a good idea from Classicpro to go there without like protection. Maybe a tower up, something like that would help. A few crossbowmen trying to attack the knights here. I think they may be able to take that down, but Vivi is still inside Classicpro space with the Mangonels. Now the watchtower is coming up here. This is a good idea actually. 2 watchtowers. They're going to be okayish against the Mangonels and also against the monks. Watchtower in range of the TC is good, because then they won't get converted so easy. And Vivi of course saying, okay, let's move out here. The villagers from the main gold probably moved away to like wood or even here a few villagers going up, I guess a few crossbow as well. And there's a second TC now coming up from Vivi on the stone and on the wood line. And we can see one knight actually, one knight and scout going in, the knight going down though. And Mangonel got converted. Very quick conversion here by Vivi. He's putting up a good push here and doesn't look too good for Classicpro. He's got a second TC up in the back here, but on the left hand side lost every control, doesn't have stone, and he is only high on wood but low on food, low on gold. Vivi pretty much the same, but he's investing a lot, I guess, still into monks or siege possibly. Yes, Mangonel still on the way, and now going for that mini boom, I guess, wants to get a few more villagers to like get those back that he lost. Maybe siege workshop coming up in front. Classicpro buying stone. What is he going to do with the stone? Is another watchtower coming up somewhere? Is he going for a, can it go for a castle? Vivi picking up the relic here. He's going to bring it back home. Siege workshop inside your base. That's something you don't want to have, but it's going to happen. There's going to be Mangonels or maybe even rams forward, and there's actually a third watchtower up close. Is there another one here? I thought so. Maybe it went down. There's 3 watchtowers in total. And Classicpro 5 villagers ahead. But what can he do with that? Because he's facing monks. And how are you going to stop the monks? Actually, another Mangonel got converted here. Vivi getting a good amount of conversions. And siege tower again here. Another crossbowman inside. I guess there were before here, but this time didn't do too much damage. And that siege tower finally going down. That means Vivi now can concentrate on the push here. Classicpro with a nice counterattack, but it wasn't enough in the end to really stop this, because they didn't have like light cap or anything to stop the monks, and there's still 23 military units on the field for Vivi. This is not looking good for Classicpro. Vivi not thinking on a period age too early on. I guess he wants to finish this in castle age, and it makes a lot of sense. He's got the way better units here, he's got the way better monks here. The siege workshop will go down, and now again another Mangonel may get converted. No, but the monks could even convert that watchtower. I wonder if he will go for that. And now the town center is under heavy attack. On the left hand side, the town center coming from Classicpro actually. But I guess Vivi could just send 2-3 Mangonels. Ooh, not 2 or 3, sending like 5 to the left hand side. Opening the walls here. He wants to get rid of that town center apparently. Giving up the idea of pushing in the middle for now, saying no, you're not going to spread your economy. A quick watchtower coming up here for Classicpro on the TC. But I don't think it's going to be enough. Handcart coming in from Vivi as well. He's got a lot of gold in the bank actually. And Classicpro still buying stone to possibly get more watchtowers up here, but this second watchtower not happening for now because there's knights interfering with the villagers, and now the Mangonels moving out to take down the watchtower first and then possibly the TC next. Also a forward castle coming up now from Vivi. This is not looking good for Classicpro. Vivi with a very dominant how do you call that? Performance, holy shit. And starting to go to Imperial Age. This is pretty much over. I think as soon as Vivi hits Imperial Age, Classicpro should resign. Didn't even have Loom the entire game. Oh my god, this is dangerous actually. He didn't lose too many villages, I guess. But he not going Loom when you're monk rushed with Mangonels and everything. That's ballsy. Wheelbarrow coming from him. Problem is, Vivi is looking very good here. He's gonna get the monk upgrades and possibly Onager even, if Classicpro is not going to resign, because I guess I would. I don't see an easy way to come back. 87 population, okay, you have 80 villagers working, but what can you do here? Archer ranges to get a few crossbowmen out against Onagers, you don't really want that, and there is another castle inside your base. That's not looking good. Trebuchets will come in next, and possibly, as we said, the Onager upgrade. Not enough resources for Vivi yet. Going for traps right now. Is he going for any monk upgrades? No, but TC went down, of course, so he's sending villagers to take the stone. Another gold, heavy plow, 2-man saw on the way. And Classicpro is in a corner here, and he cannot escape for now. He's getting more military units, like a few light cav in the meantime, and crossbowmen as well. But you can't do anything against the castles. Ram push possible in theory, but practically there's 4 Mangonels waiting. And what else can you go? I'm not sure what the cartography upgrade is here. It's never happening. Must be something else actually. And there's even a monastery up in the back here. A siege workshop to get a ram out, another siege workshop to get another ram. He's got 5 of those actually. But the watchtower will go next because there's the trebuchet hitting, and then TC may fall. Illumination now coming in for Vivi. The light cav moving around and the crossbowmen following, but there's a few knights even for Vivi, spearmen in the middle, and those crossbowmen will die to the Mangonels. Classicpro calling GG. Tight series 1-1 right now. Let's go into game 3. And now you know what's coming up. Turks against Persians. I think like the only serious strategy that could work, and on Vulnerable Kingdoms could work even better, is the tower rush. Because look at Vivi's space. Main gold, safe in the back. Second gold, safe in the back. Third gold, safe in the back, perfect for Turks. Forward here inside, close to the barriers, doesn't even need to lure them in. One really close to space, only the main stone forward and the second stone outside. So actually tower rush like right here, deny the stone, that would have been really good here for Classicpro. But it's not going to happen in this game, I know that for sure. Second ball coming in for him. Main gold on the side, behind that forest, so not safe, but relatively safe. Not entirely safe, maybe not 100%. Second stone safe in the back. We have 3 forward here inside as well. Second gold outside, or the third gold actually forward outside, main stone forward, and the second stone, we've seen that. So I think we've seen all the resources that we need. Extra gold on the right hand side here closer to Classicpro. 1, 2 relics on the right hand side. There's one in the middle, extra berries here actually, and this one closer to Vivi. We've seen that too. On the outside, a lot of nothing, like literally nothing, nothing happening here. And looks like Classicpro is going to stone now, but this is not a tower rush. This is 27 population for him. He's luring the deer in, it makes sense. He's gonna be able to go up faster than Vivi. Makes sense as well, because Vivi is on, we have here 28, 29 population even. Interesting build order. I think Eddie had a theory about when to click up, how many villagers and what build order that is. I guess that's one of the older ones then. Is that correct, Eddie? I don't know. With 31 population in total, or maybe 30 and loom, that's possible, because no loom for Vivi yet, but he doesn't really need loom. He's 4 villagers on stone, maybe should go with 5. He's got the food he needs already, and enough stone as well. Trapped one villager inside, but I think it would be better to use this villager. And okay, if you're mining stone, that's gold, that's alright. If you want to get it out and you need to mine this gold pile, sometimes it's better to have this main gold open. Not a big problem here. Market blacksmith coming up, and Vivi also on the way to Castle Age. Let's switch to Classicpro, see what he is planning to do here. Actually scouting around, looks like he managed to take down the scout from Vivi. I didn't see that. It's not a big deal, I guess. Does Vivi know where Classicpro's base is? No, he does not. Look at this. He's pretty much blind here. He doesn't see anything. So I'm really not sure how Vivi is going to play this. And Classicpro has a little bit of an advantage here, because like this, like taking on the scout bought him a lot of time. He's going with the TC on the main gold, close to that small wood line, and 1 TC on the wood line here. Nice triangle of defense, I guess that's a good idea. Still in stone with 1 villager, not sure what he plans to do. Is it going to be a tower? Is it going to be castle? I guess a castle coming up soon. Also on the way from Vivi, he's going with the castle in front of the main stone, and he should go for military units soon. I guess he's going to send the first Janissary out to like scout Classicpro's map. He's going with the TC actually on the main gold, and on the TC, this is beautiful, on the wood line and the second gold here. And that means he's not going full all in, but he's going Janissaries and mini boom. Wheelbarrow on the way from Classicpro here. Let's see, with 5 villages and stone still, he can get enough stone in for a castle. Maybe 642, that's bad. But he's got that second stone in the back, so he can actually go for that. Janissary is starting to hit the walls, this makes sense, so we're going to see an aggressive play here. Looks like Classicpro actually invested 100 and, what's that, 170 gold, something like that, into stone. I think this was really not necessary, but the castle coming up to protect the main gold and the 2 TCs here. On the right hand side, a few more stone walls, so you need the stone anyway, and the houses to make sure those Janissaries cannot go in easily. Right now, 1 petard is going to be enough for the Janissaries to go in, but the castle says, hello, not in my house, go back here, go another way. And I guess Vivi's going to try and go through one of these buildings if he really wants to push, and I guess investing into Janissaries doesn't leave him any other option. He's not going for the relics here. At least he got that monastery up and taking out a few villages maybe. I think there's 1 going down at least, because we can see 1 dead body here, and possibly second. This farm should not get farmed actually, and the market now under attack. Villager wise, Classicpro's ahead, but not so far. Wheelbarrow and Loom now coming in from Vivi, and the defense of Mangonel, but let's be honest against Janissaries, look at this, this is going on so fast, so you can't really stop this. Handcard on the way from Classicpro, I guess he's thinking about Imperial Age now. Question is, what are you going to do then? You need something to counter the Janissaries, maybe a Knights, Cavalier, Paladin, but you're not allowed to boom, and you don't have all the resources in the back. You only have, what's that, the main gold, because I think the other golds are outside, so main gold alone will not be enough in the long run, and the Janissaries opening the gate on the left hand side, with the ram moving forward. Classicpro going up to Imperial before 26 minutes, he's clicking up. Watchtower actually behind, that's a good idea, and this is now open, I think. So I think Classicpro should start and re-wall this. I guess there was a house standing here. Scale Barding Arbor on the way for him, and he's preparing stable stand. The barracks is up. Let's see for Vivi, how's the economy looking? Got a good amount of farms, good amount of villagers working, and I think he could go into Imperial Age really soon as well if he wanted to. Yeah, he's buying a little bit of food now, and probably idling his TCs, or at least going to not invest into Janissaries any longer. Instead, a few monks moving forward to start and heal those Janissaries is a nice idea. I guess that was a mangonel shot, or maybe the Watchtower. This market may still go down, and we can see a double forward siege workshop with the TC on the outside, actually on that stone. I like this. You have villagers around, and for now you're really safe. Barracks on the way. Does Vivi know about the stables? No, but he's going for barracks right now. But you look, and that can only mean that he's expecting to see Knights Cavalier probably. Yeah, stable coming up. He's gonna go for camels most likely. One trebuchet is out to hit those siege workshops, but the castle's actually one castle only. That's too far behind. I guess Classicpro cannot reach that. And the Janissary is on the right hand side going in through that house. This is going down really fast, and we can see quick walls here. Classicpro now needs to wall a little bit more. Husbandry and plate burning armor on the way. There's the Cavalier. +2 defense already done, +4 on the way. Probably moving out soon. A few petards actually, but I'm not sure if you really should use them. Can you go around all of them? That's gonna take forever. And in the middle there is the stables coming up, and siege workshops again. Well, not castle actually on the way. Of course, Vivi up to Imperial Age, conscription ring archer armor coming in too. Nice, but the bomber cannon taking out the trebuchet, and now he could attack that castle next. Mining camp going down first because he's not paying attention at this point. Instead going into the Janissaries, but this is not a perfect fighting spot for the Janissaries because they still can get surrounded. On the other hand, not a lot of attacking going on by those Cavalier. Nice mangonel shots. Bye-bye Janissaries. Heavy Caval on the way, chain barding armor as well. 2 men saw coming in and heavy plow for Classicpro. He's actually been defending pretty well against these Turks rush here. Against this like semi-rush, but now there's the heavy camels and Janissaries backing that up, as well as the bombard cannon to maybe even take down the castle. Ooh, trebuchet coming out. That's not a good time for the trebuchet to drop out of the castle, and we can see that both players are on roughly the same military numbers, but Vivi has a few more, and that's the Janissaries difference in my opinion. Both cavalry just waiting. Look at those armies, not doing anything. Trebuchet and bombard cannon are starting to hit that castle, and Vivi trying to get an engagement, but the cavalry are moving back. Iron castings run away. Problem is you can't really engage with heavy camels when you only have Cavalier and not fully upgraded. A few water defense, because why not? Halberdier on the way, not a bad idea. Problem is, I think Vivi could go for hand cannoneers if he wanted to. Let's check the resources, actually pretty low, investing a lot, makes sense. Going even for the 3rd gold of Classicpro here. And for now, Vivi looking stronger with a lot of map control. 3 relics inside. TC on the right hand side on that 2nd goal. This is ballsy. A few archer actually coming up here for Classicpro to, I don't know, is he going for hand cannoneers or is it going to be elite skirmishers? But heavy camels moving in, that castle of course went down. Cavalier can't really do a lot, there's not enough of them, and now Vivi is getting more and more military units up. It looks like he's going to start and do a big push here. Still only 1 trebuchet and 1 bombard cannon, but he can go for more if really wants to. There is a few halberdiers inside those barracks, and another barrack coming out outside, but they're going down actually. And Vivi looking really strong here. I guess Persians against Turks can't be won easily, and it's not happening like this because look at Vivi, he's really safe. He's got 121 villagers working, so very good economy, and he can go for whatever he wants right now. He's controlling all the gold, can even go for the extra gold in case he finds it. Can see it actually, and those halberdiers will go down fast as soon as Vivi can see them. Moving in with a lot of heavy camels. Halberdiers gonna be attacked by those Janissaries actually. Trebuchet hitting the bombard cannon. Nice. Only 2 HP left on that one, but a big engagement happening, and that's bye-bye for the Cavalier. They don't stand a chance. The heavy camels may go down to the halberdiers, but then there's still the Janissaries and actually a few monks to help. Can we get a few conversions on those war elephants? Are the monks actually converting? I guess not. They're just healing up. War elephant, very strong unit, but not against that amount of heavy camels, and Classicpro is calling GG. With random Civ Persians against Turks, that was not a good decision to go random. I guess he just missed it. Let's go into game 4 now. So here goes game 4. Both have Berbers actually, and I'm starting early because Classicpro is about to find Vivi's boar forward here, and he's going to steal that. Of course, the boar has more attack on the scout. Look at this, 2 hits, and that's minus 20 HP. But Classicpro is actually stealing a boar. We have seen, I think, like 7 or maybe 8 game 4s in the round of 32, and this is only the second where it's been a mirror matchup. As far as I know, there's been 1 Vikings war. I haven't casted that yet, as far as I know. And now we have a Berbers war here between 2 Arabia players, more or less. It makes sense. Nice, hitting the boar with the town center twice and then going for that. That's minus 1 boar for Vivi. He's going to try and find that, but he couldn't see it before, and he hasn't scouted the outside. He went for the back of his base first, apparently, can see 4 deer inside, but didn't see it. And even if he... No, if he went out, he wouldn't have found it. Now you can see he's going back, so he's not gonna have a second boar here, and that may be a disadvantage, a big disadvantage actually. Of course, with 4 deer you should be able to compensate. You can go for farms, but Classicpro with a nice advantage at this point. Let's go for the maps right now. Since Classicpro also casting is casting, that was a good one. Scouting his own map, and he can see 2 boars here safe in the back, so he's not gonna lose one to a steal here. Extra berries inside actually, and that villager taking the first boar in. Has milled the first berries already. There's an idle villager here for Classicpro, and I think it's been idle for a minute or 2 maybe. Guess you could see that. He's gonna find it sooner or later. That's not looking good for him, and he had the boar, so it's alright. Second gold for him safe in the back. Main gold forward, main stone on the side. Third gold outside and second stone forward outside, all on the left hand side here. 1 relic not so far away, another relic not so far away either, but not far away from Vivi. So let's see if the relics will make a difference here. Other than that, he's missing 2 sheep, and he cannot see those yet. He should scout those, but then again, he had the boar, so not a big problem. And now 1 villager going out. Let's go for Vivi's map right now. Main stone, and the deer is safe in the back for him, of course. A lot of nothing, actually extra gold here. And I think this villager, let's go back to Classicpro, is about to do bad. Classicpro did not see the villager any longer. Got attacked here, and going to build a house. How did that work? The boar wasn't even there, but very nice. The house trick, palisade trick, and the boar went back. Though this villager is actually surviving. Very nice to see that Classicpro was able to pull it off, going with the house. I think this villager is going to farm, to build a farm here next to the TC. So let's go for Vivi's map finally. Main stone, we've seen that. Second stone actually outside, but close to his base. Third gold pretty far outside. Extra stone here, not so far away. Another relic here close. 1 relic really close to his base with the second gold. And only the main gold safe in the back, as well as the main stone somewhat backish on the side. And of course that extra gold, which we cannot see yet because it's been luring deer. You must have recognized that there is no second boar, and that Classicpro actually was able to steal that. So next time should probably go around and scout the front of your base first, then you wouldn't lose the boar so easily. Right now I think we can go forward. We have 1 more extra gold with a relic here on the left hand side, but nothing further should happen in Feudal Age, nothing that I can remember. I've seen this game, or parts of the game actually, on Classic's stream with Drakon as co-caster. Nice to have him around. This is awesome to have 2 people who know Arena actually, or know them pretty well, I'm not sure. But Classic has played a lot of Arena lately and is a very decent player. And Drakon, of course, an Arena player with a 2K2 rating, something like that. So they know what they're talking about, and I like to see casters and co-casters working together on a stream. Horse color on the way here, and both players on the way to cast stage. Again, cartography coming in, where I don't know what that upgrade is, and I guess maybe your viewers can tell me, but I haven't found out yet. I guess I don't really care. Both players on the way to castle age. Let's see, not on stone here. Classicpro is with 4 villagers on gold. So it's going to go for TC, probably on the main stone. Guess between the stone and the wood line, that's a really nice placement. Monastery coming up for him. And on the main gold, maybe? Yes, again. So it's got 1 village, so 1 TC on the wood line. That's important in my opinion. And that 30C coming up on the main goal to protect that. Still taking berries, and he can go for those extra berries. I guess TC number 4 on the berries would be nice. Or maybe here on the back, on the wood line, and that second gold. Is it going to be a TC or a mill? I think a mill. I guess the villagers just walking here because the berries just went out. And they're still going to work, also coming in. And the first monks on the way. Now, Vivi is scouting around the map. Classicpro doing the same thing. Where's the scout for him? Yes, on the right hand side. Can see almost everything. Can he see all the relics? I think he's missing 1. Where's that last relic actually? On the left hand side, cannot see this one. And Vivi, can he see everything? Not either. Needs to scout a little bit more. And Vivi, was he in stone? He has a lot of stone in the bank actually. Went for the main stone of 3 villages, but getting a town center on the wood line first. 30C up on the second gold, actually. Opening the walls here, it's not a big problem. He's protecting the relic in that way. And the villagers now moving forward to build a, not a forward castle, but an outside defensive castle to cover the third gold. Actually, not a bad thinking here. Wheelbarrow coming from Classicpro. And we're going to see Mini Boom and probably a few Camel Archers on the field against a few Monks as well. And Classicpro should have the economy advantage. Problem is, Vivi can go aggressive, and you can see Monastery coming up here, but this is not closed, and those villagers don't have loom. They can easily get attacked. The two monks actually making sure that this castle is not getting finished yet. And with the monastery up, you can try and convert the scout. Actually, the scout should get converted, not even taking on a monk. That was bad luck, but now a quick wall coming in, and both monks were converting that scout, so this castle is about to get finished. And Vivi should have secured this area for now. Can go for Camel Archers, and TC number 4 actually coming, and we're going to see a big boom for Vivi with Camel Archers and Castle Age. Now Classicpro should start and get those relics in. He's sending the monk right now, and Vivi should probably start and get those Camel Archers out and try to stop the monks from taking relics here. There's a siege workshop up in the middle, but I don't think we're going to see a lot of siege here. Maybe a few mangonels or even scorpions, but I guess mangonels would be better against the Camel Archers. Can we get a conversion in? Yes, one conversion for a monk. Looking good here so far. This villager may go down, only 1 HP left. It's going down, but for one Camel Archers, not sure if that's worth it. And still neck and neck with the villagers. Still Camel Archers moving in and a few monks now. One relic for each player. And gold mining coming from Classicpro. He is on stone now, preparing to get a castle of his own probably, and with a 4 TC here in the back, so he's going with big economy as well. Both players on 4 TC booming mode, and scouts, 2 scouts, yes, that was the converted one probably, and monks with 1 converted Camel Archers against the Camel Archers for now. Can anybody get 4 more relics? Actually, Classicpro managed to get 3 of them in. Didn't follow too closely because this game is not going to end in Castle Age. They're both going to Imperial Age actually. I know what's happening here, more or less at least, and I'm not going to spoil anything, of course. Camel Archers now, a lot of them actually, but there are still a few monks, and there is one more conversion. There's still 6 monks able to convert, or most of them will be able to convert. One scout finally going down, but the other is still around. And Vivi is not so close to Imperial Age because he's doing gold mining and handcart now. 2 more conversions, but that's 6 monks going down in total, and that means I think Vivi with a better fight here because he's managed to get rid of all the monks. That's a lot of gold, and Vivi not so far away from Imperial Age now, but Classicpro's clicked up already, covering the second stone with that castle. I like this. Camel Archers moving forward, but the castle will make sure that those cannot stay here. They will go back, and Camel Archer production also starting for Classicpro. There's a +2 and +1 actually on those Camel Archers, makes sense. Both can are on the way. Stone shaft mining, even you want to get more castles up. And Imperial Age only now being clicked by Vivi, so Classicpro is ahead when it comes to Imperial Age, and he should be able to get a second castle up soon. Vivi, can you get a second castle up? He has 1 right now, he's moving forward with the villagers, but he doesn't have the stone for that. Not yet, at least. Taking the extra stone here. Those villagers have loom, now the wolf shouldn't do a lot of damage. And forward castle coming up. Vivi, did he buy some stone? Was that, or maybe it was there already and I didn't see it, that's possible. So, second castle on the way, there is 1 siege workshop in the middle still. Is there rams inside? Only 1, that's not going to be enough. Second castle also coming up here for Classicpro is up to Imperial Age. Bracers, Bracer and Ballistics coming in. 2 traps on the way immediately, and those Camel Archers have all attack upgrades except for the chemistry obviously. That's going to come in later, I'm assuming at least. Villager numbers, pretty similar, but now the first trebuchet going to hit that middle castle, and that was an ambitious one because Classicpro is up first, and that means he can attack castles first. Vivi is still waiting for the Imperial Age now to finish, and I'm assuming to see Bracer and Trebuchets immediately. Castle coming a little more behind, and on the Siege Workshop, but no Trebuchets coming up yet. Not here, not in the back. Interesting, so it's going to give up 1 castle for free, and this is already an advantage for Classicpro here. Vivi, of course, taking the second stone now. Both players still going with villagers, and Conscription Captain coming in, Chemistry and Waving Archer Armor. A lot of upgrades being done, but Classicpro saying, okay, let's secure my stone and let's go forward with the castle now. I have the trebuchets, I have a few Camel Archers on the field. Let's go, let's try to do some damage. And that Siege Workshop is going down fast, stumbling on the way even. Very important upgrades, so those Camel Archers are getting fully upgraded now. And a few villagers dying, but the castle is still going up. Died for the better for the higher cause. And now those capped rams may be able to do a little bit of damage, but there's still villagers around going for Siege Workshops now. Capped ram also on the way. Elite Camel Archer by both players. Bloodlines coming from Classicpro. Vivi has done Bloodlines already. This is very important to see. because these camel archers without bloodlines are not going to be strong enough. Also the last defensive upgrade coming in, and bloodlines finally happening. Elite camel archers by both players. Vivi still has more capped rams, and that means he could try and push now, but there's trebuchets behind the castle to like snipe camel archers even if it's needed. And still the village is still around. Yeah, the village is now moving in to probably attack the rams. Vivi using most of its resources, 113 villagers. Actually Classicpro going to 125. And the thing is, he's got 3 castles and fully working. Vivi got 3 castles, whereas the 3rd castle actually safe inside, but pretty far away from the actual action, and that means the way for those camel archers to move in is going to be very big. These trebuchets need to run away because there's too many capped rams, and actually now the capped ram upgrade finish, I guess. Did Classicpro lose that? 1 trebuchet now hitting the castle, but there's 3 traps to counter that, and military numbers looking better for Classicpro. He should be able to stop the rams, and then the trebuchets and camel archer. This trap is going down almost. Actually, a few camel archers being sniped here, but now no more trebuchet. This castle is getting repaired. Heavy plow chain barding armor coming in. We are going to see, I guess, hussars later on. A few stables coming up, I hope, and another castle. That's castle number 4. Also, 4th castle for Vivi. Where's he putting castle number 4? It's safe inside his base. So for now, 4 against 4 castles. The problem is 52 against 22 military units, and Classicpro looking good with the gold, while Vivi pretty low actually. He has found the extra gold. He's going to take that now soon. Not sure if you can see the one on the left hand side, not yet. And now Classicpro moving in a lot of trebuchets, 3 of them have a lot of rams actually, and with the bigger amount of elite camel archers. How to stop this? Elite janitors coming in. But this is not a good sign here, because when you have fully upgraded elite camel archers and you're fighting those, you want to get the bigger numbers, you don't want to add trash units in. And I guess they can be good if they're in mass, because they are taking a bit of damage, but you need those castles, you need the elite camel archers, and this is not happening for now. Classicpro 51 against not even 20 military units. The next castle about to go down, trebuchets and rams, and this is looking good for Classicpro. Looks like he is going to be able to go into the deciding game 5. Because there is 2 castles down and only 2 remaining here. No relics for Vivi any longer. Those relics just dropped out. And Classicpro with a lot of resources going with forward stables now. I guess light cav hussars coming in soon. I'm not sure if he did the upgrade already. Didn't pay too much attention there. Hussar coming in right now. And those camel archers and elite janitors going down fast. Vivi actually calling the GG right now. He's about to lose the 3rd castle. Doesn't have the economy or the resources. Only 88 villagers remaining. And that means we're going to see Goth War deciding game number 5. And it's actually happening, the deciding game number 5 to end the round of 32. We have Vivi. He lost the scout, I think, but he had deer so close to the berries, and I think 3 of them at least. So deer inside, awesome for him. Main stone safe in the back, main gold safe in the back. The 2nd gold pretty safe here actually. A very thin wood line could be abused later on, but the main gold, 2nd gold and main stone safe in the back is awesome for him. Only a 2nd stone outside, and 3rd gold pretty far forward actually, not too good, but should be enough for now. Of course, with Goth War we expect us to go to Imperial Age usually, unless we can see like crazy rushes. They are happening. Classicpro actually also with a very good map, main gold and main stone safe in the back. This is awesome, as well as the 2nd gold. And he had deer inside, I think like right around here. Everybody had boars inside, so only the 3rd gold pretty far away and the 2nd stone outside forward. And this is as fair as it can get. We have 1 extra gold here, 2 extra golds here on the bottom side, not far away from either player. This might become really important later on. As you can see in this screen, there's 3 golds plus 1 really close. And relic-wise, I guess this should be fair too. 1, 2 close to Vivi, and this one closer to Classicpro, this one a little bit closer to him. I guess Vivi had the easier relics. Wait, I'm missing that one. This one more in the middle, but 1, 2 on the right hand side. Extra berries doesn't really matter, let's be honest. Both players up to feudal age, 27, 26 population, but the same amount of villagers. Vivi minimum behind. Market and stable coming up. He's going for barracks, he is going for stables, wants to get map control apparently. Let's see for Classicpro, is he going the same? No, market and blacksmith coming up. So he's actually preparing to wall on the right hand side a little bit with buildings. And I'm assuming to see 1 TC maybe around here between the woodline and the gold. And maybe 1 TC somewhere around here. Could fit in here, but then you don't have enough space for farming. Maybe on the right hand side to see farms and the woodline and the main stone getting taken. As for Vivi, I guess he can go for a TC somewhere around here on the main stone. He could go with the TC here on this woodline and the second gold. He can't go with the TC maybe around here somewhere on the main gold, I don't know. Could even delete that lumber camp if he wanted to. So opening the walls right now. Both players on the way to Castle Age. Classicpro's there a little bit earlier. Vivi going with 2 scouts right now to actually control the map and probably look for the relics. TC actually coming up not too close to the woodline, but that's alright, because here the villagers still have space to take the wood. And yes, one actually coming up between the gold and that woodline. Makes sense to have 3 TCs. -3 actually up. Left a space here. I like this. This is a very nice building. And Vivi has 3 scouts on the field, I think. Or is it a knight? And they finally find a scout from Classicpro to take it down. And that means Classicpro won't have an easy time to get relics in. Town center's coming up actually on the front woodline here. Interesting to see. Didn't want to destroy any lumber camps. Makes sense. And another one on the woodline here, not close to the main stone. I'm a bit disappointed to not see a TC somewhere here close to the main stone, but okay. And now we have 1 monk here. And I guess... Ooh, can you get a conversion in Classicpro? No, not happening right now. 2 monks should be able to do the trick, and even a spearman out, not sure why it's going down. Ooh, T90 woo, there's the wolf, taking down the spearman. This should not have happened, but oh, so be it. And the 2 monks still staying inside. That means Vivi can't really go close to Classicpro's base. At the same time, Classicpro can't really attack. He's going 1 monk and then suiciding the scout. It should be alright. Both players, of course, are mini-booming here. Classicpro is a little bit ahead. Not sure, did anybody do wheelbarrow yet? I don't think so. And Classicpro doing wheelbarrow now, as you can see. But he's not getting any relics in because those scouts are really dangerous. And Classicpro does not want to invest into any barracks, something like that. Instead, building more houses to have a natural wall here. Or a building wall, natural, not really. And he's starting to take stone, going with that 4th TC on the main gold. I like this decision. The 4 TC coming up for Classicpro. Vivi for now going with 3 as far as I can see. I don't see TC number 4 up yet. And 3 monks now moving out to maybe try and get this relic. I think Classicpro might be able to do so. I think he also knows the scout is around there. But Vivi is erecting in time, going back. Here's a monk around as well. And Classicpro now trying to get a relic in. Can he get it? Actually, can Vivi send 2 scouts? Ooh, that first monk should go down. That second monk will fall, and the third monk actually... all of them going down. That's bad luck, but that means Vivi should be able to get all the relics in. Handcart coming in from Vivi as well. Resources looking decent, not a lot of stone. Classicpro actually a little bit better. He didn't invest into the scouts. He had 4 TCs early on and he's getting a lot of resources in. Maybe able to click up to MP for 25 minutes, and that 4 TCs, very nice to see. Went for a few monks here. Siege Workshop is up, Monastery is up. And here we go. Imperial Age click with 85 villagers, looking good, but no relics whatsoever. And we should be able to get the rest of the relics in. And we'll have University coming up, so we will click up to few villagers behind, actually, 10 right now. And there is a 4th TC now coming up from Vivi on that second gold. I'm not sure about that, but I guess he didn't want to get it attacked from the front here, so went for the back. Didn't even see the extra stone inside Vivi's space. Vivi cannot say it either. Cannot see it either. A house coming up, probably to have a little line of sight, and the first barracks on the way. Men-at-Arms coming in, but Classicpro is faster at this point, and he's going with barracks, going with the castle forward. I guess perfusion should be really important here. I'm assuming to see champions in Imperial Age, maybe even. Could we see hand cannons as possible, bombard cannons, onagers? Unlikely, but in theory you could see onagers even in Goth War. Like this, we have a very open map, and then the onagers wouldn't be so helpful, I guess. Forging men-at-arms, coming in late actually. Longswordsman getting finished by Vivi. There is conscription coming in first. Vivi does not have a castle up yet, and that's a disadvantage. But it's got 5 relics, and in the long run this should be really good. Now the first longswordsman hitting spearman, yeah, GB. And longswords coming in, conscription squires, chemistry on the way for Vivi, so he is most likely going for hand cannons as well. Maybe even before champions, but a two-hand swordsman upgrade coming in, not two-handed swords. And squires on the way, two-handed swordsman also coming in from Vivi, but he's low on food right now. And looks like Classicpro will be able to tag into champions immediately. Arson coming in, tracking, iron casting. And the 200 swordsman about to get finished. Here we go. Champion upgrade not yet. Perfusion on the way. Very important upgrade to get the production going. And as far as I can see, Vivi still does not have a castle. Only getting a castle up now. Conscription should come in first. There we go. And now archery range is being added in. But no food for champion upgrade. A few bombard cannons actually. Interesting to see. Makes sense. And military-wise, Classicpro should be able to get the upper hand because those are champions now, and that means, I guess this is a little bit bugged. I'm not sure why it shows champion 31 minutes when it's already researched, but the champion's now moving in, and it's got more than we get 200 swordsmen here. So the first good hits on those 200 swordsmen, and actually did both bombard cannons now go down, or was it only one? I guess one survived, but one going down immediately. 2-man Soul Blast Furnace coming, those champions will be fully upgraded. One converted longswordsman, I guess. And there's the first hand cannon here on the field. Bombard cannon going to the back here. Champion coming in from Vivi as well. For now, Classicpro, more villagers working. 60 military against 44. And a trebuchet to start and hit that castle. Of course, that castle to protect the gold. Very important. Actually, third gold being taken by Classicpro right now with the Siege Workshop coming up. The Wolf is not going to be able to take down the Villager and the Champions. Big massacre here already, but Classicpro saying, no, I need more, so I'm going to get more. Iron Casting Ballistics, did Vivi go for Perfusion already? I'm not too sure. And we have something like the Terror. We have 5 relics for Vivi. But for now, even with the hand cannon, yes, but for now, it looks like Classicpro is still in control of this game. Question is, can he hold this? Does he need to go for his own hand cannon? Yes, can he keep the production up? He's got more villagers working, and as you can see, military numbers from Vivi dropping, but this is not the perfect fight if Classicpro is losing a lot of champions. Those hand cannons are doing a lot of damage, and now Classicpro has to go back at this point. Still attacking that castle with one trebuchet and repairing that now, that's a good idea. And he's adding in more champions, of course. Makes sense. Resources really looking good for Classicpro right now. Vivi is low on everything. And that castle about to go down. That means Vivi needs more hand cannoneers, and he still needs the champions. He needs a better economy. 100 villagers is not enough for this. On the left hand side, barracks and a few houses coming up. Nice little forward. And the champions now getting destroyed by the hand cannoneers, but there's not so many of them. Vivi, why aren't we fighting? Yeah, there we go. Castle went down. Let's check the farms actually. I want to see, that's 35, 42 farmers against 51, 50, so that's better for Classicpro actually, and he's sending more and more champions in. Not going for any archer ranges. No, he's got 2 of them, but archer production starting. Are you serious? What the hell is that? I'm not sure if that's really the idea behind that. And champions now moving in, and ooh, the hand cannon is not shooting, they're just walking back and forth. It was not a good fight. And again, look at the KD, it's better for Classicpro right now. He's got a bit of resources, he's got a better economy, Capram even coming in, and he's controlling all the golds right now. So he's taking his own gold, and he will be able to take control over these 2 extra golds actually, if Vivi cannot go for more military units. Now, those archers are looking stupid here, but okay, they are there for now. Now they're dying. And military numbers now pretty much neck and neck. Classicpro, a lot more barracks up, I guess. It's like 10 at least, but actually Vivi has a lot of them too. Problem is Vivi doesn't have the food for that. He is selling wood, I guess, buying some sold food? No, that's impossible. I think those numbers are wrong. Something is bugged. And castle is up, so Perfusion finally coming in. Very important upgrade. The thing is though, Vivi does not have the resources to actually use Perfusion to its full potential. Of course, starting to produce in forward barracks makes sense. And the hand cannoneers are doing a hell of a lot of damage. But Classicpro saying, I'm sending in my champions, I have enough of them. If this is going to work, I don't know. Let's see. Trebuchet is moving more and more forward, and looks like Classicpro still has enough units to actually be able to fight here and to actually go and start attack the walls with the Capram or maybe the barracks here. On the right hand side, 1 champion taking now villagers, because right now, I don't know, what is this? This villager is going back to the inside. Oh, the main gold from Vivi not looking too good. He's gonna lose he's gonna finish that very soon. This barracks should not stand for too long, but here in the deciding point of the game, deciding area, looks like Classicpro is still getting the better and better fights, still with the better KD, more military units for him. And right now, maybe Vivi can come back, but Classicpro is saying, okay, let's go back for just a few seconds. Actually, those villagers have to run away, and Vivi trying to get a few more forward barracks up. I like this. Classicpro still good resources, and 134 villagers against finally 120 at least for Vivi. We're still low on food, and taking the last of the gold here. And where's the rest of the gold? This, he can still mine that. I hope he doesn't forget about that. And I guess one of those villagers went out. Now finally, mining camp coming up here, and Vivi actually fighting back with the hand cannoneers. The hand cannoneers are looking pretty good, but they need to be protected by champions. There's not so many of them around. Actually, only like a dozen champions here, and Classicpro suddenly sending like 20, 30 of them. Although the hand cannoneers need to move back now, and we finally, with a few resources, a little bit of food in the bank at least, so it can produce more and more. Blast Furnace coming in from only now. Wow, that's so late. Only now the +4. This is huge. I didn't even see this. And no +4 in the hand cannon. Yes, that's also pretty bad here. Another Archama finally coming in. And as you can see, Classicpro is going again for more champions. Let me speed this up a little bit. Looks like he's got a lot more militaries right now. It's like 20 of them in the hand cannon standing around. This is not good. They need to run away, but the champions are getting a few good hits. And Classicpro, good resources, sending the next group of champions to the right hand side for to get rid of the barracks and control the golds maybe. And gathering in the middle, and there's no hand cannoneers left, or at least not a lot of them. Classicpro though not going for any hand cannoneers whatsoever. This is huge. I think this could cost him the game. He's ahead in scores, ahead in population by a lot actually. His economy looking good, untouched of course, and Vivi is not able to get enough resources in to get a good production going. Only roughly 160 population, not even enough houses for 210 pop. And now Classicpro is pushing in more and more. He's winning the right hand side. He's now sending a lot of villagers to take gold. And the main gold from Vivi ran out. I guess a lot of villagers now. Oh, it's only 3-4. Did he forget about that gold? This is huge. He's not taking a lot of gold here. Still low on almost everything. Now he's taking a good fight, taking a few champions. But there's the next group coming in. Look at this. That's like 1k death units already in not even 50 minutes of the game. And more champions approaching. Vivi cannot claim his third gold actually. And there goes a barrack up, actually one barrack before, one barrack behind that. This is good. Capram starting to attack the walls, and Classicpro sending more champions. Looking good for him. He's getting barracks up on the right hand side. This castle I guess was attacked before, but not sure when that happened, because I'm still focusing here on that main fight where Vivi now finally lost almost all of his units, and 69 against 23 military units. This is looking devastating. Now I think Classicpro about to win this. He's still got good resources, not going for any gunpowder units, just saying, okay, my champions are my champions, and they're going to fight a game, fight at war for me, and they shall win that fight. And right now it looks really good. Look at this, the resources dropping a little bit, but 207 population, and the castle coming up forward to cover this third gold and to actually control. There's another castle there, didn't see that, to take the 2 extra golds as well. Classicpro claiming all the golds now, going for both Kindaro to make the castle stronger, sending champions inside. This is pretty much over. Vivi had 5 verdicts, but he was behind the boom, and Classicpro was able to get the champions out a lot faster. Now the gold resources, the verdicts going down. Few villagers here taking gold. Classicpro with good resources, and Vivi is low on everything. Bracehaven coming in to make the castles even stronger. Champions now almost inside the economy. The right hand side, Vivi is losing everything, and he's calling GG. Classicpro is going to the next round. What an amazing fight. 5-gamer, a very nice God 4 in the end. Pretty standard one, to be honest, but I think an appropriate way to end the round of 32. I'm going to get a few more sets up, I think in the next 2 days maybe, but I hope you enjoyed this one, and see you in the next games. GG.